Have you ever heard the word presence and wondered what does it actually mean? How do I start living more presently? And where do I even begin? If you've been feeling a pull toward inner peace, a quiet truth beneath the noise of life, you're not alone and you're in the right place. In this video, I'll gently guide you through the basics of presence and offer simple, practical ways to begin your spiritual journey right here and right now. Let's start with the most important question. What is presence? Presence is not something you do. It's a state of being. It's when your attention is fully in the now, not caught up in your thoughts and your past and your worries about the future or whatever. It's the space between thoughts, the awareness behind your thoughts. It's a state of consciousness that is constant and exists right now, and it's a state of consciousness that you can tap into that's readily available at any moment of the day. Whatever's going on in your life, it's there. Presence, and what it really comes down to, is feeling your breath, noticing the sensations in your body, hearing the sounds around you without labeling, simply being without needing to become anything else. And when we practice these three things or these four things, we kind of allow ourselves to kind of like tap into that state of consciousness. There are many ways we can tap into presence, and I've talked about that in the previous video, but we can come into that state of consciousness just through feeling our breath, noticing the sensations in our body, hearing the sounds around us, simply being without needing to become anyone else or anything else. And by practicing these things, we kind of come into that state of consciousness, that state of being, that state of peace that is already here. Eckhart Tolle, a well-known spiritual teacher, calls this state alert stillness. You're not passive, but you're deeply alive without the chatter of the mind kind of pulling you away into future and past. So why does presence matter? Because most of our suffering, anxiety, regret, restlessness doesn't come from what's happening now. It comes from the mind, from being lost in thought, with being too caught up in the future or the past. We replay old wounds, we imagine future problems, we compare, we judge, we analyze endlessly. But this moment, coming into the now, this one right now, most of the time we're actually okay. If you could just sit and pause for a moment, and yes, you may have things to do, yes, your past may have been this or that way, or there's something coming up that's going to be challenging for you, but if we could just sit and ask ourselves, in this moment right now, am I okay? And the answer is yes, you are okay. There's nothing trying to harm you or kill you, or there's not a tiger coming up trying to eat you. If you're not in any physical danger around you, you're okay. The suffering is derived from the mind. And that's what we have to try to understand. And then why is that? Well, most of the time, the suffering is really derived from future and past. And we have to really start to look at that in a serious way and return back to presence, return back to the present moment. And when we return to presence, we come home. We feel grounded, clear, peaceful, not because life is perfect, but because we're no longer resisting what is. This is the beginning of spiritual awakening. This is actually a very advanced spiritual practice as well. But it's not some distant enlightenment, but the quiet shift of being here. In my previous video, I gave you 3 simple ways to begin living a life more in with presence and coming into presence, but I'm going to go over them again here in this video. The first one is conscious breathing. Take one slow breath in and a slow breath out. That's it. Do this several times a day. Maybe it's before you check your phone, before a conversation, when you feel overwhelmed, when you're stressed out, because those days happen and they're coming. So it's good to be prepared for all of that. Your breath is always now, and every conscious breath brings you back to stillness. So practice conscious breathing. Number 2 is body awareness, simply bringing your attention into the body. Feeling the energy in your hands, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your chest rising and falling. This grounds you, and it grounds your awareness out of the mind and into being. Even as you go through your day, whether you're walking, driving, or eating, whatever it may be, keep a part of your attention within. A part of your awareness should be within the body. Eckhart says to be rooted within while being active in the world. So it's kind of both. You have the being dimension, placing some attention here, but also doing, and not allowing yourself to get fully wrapped up into the doing, but keeping a little bit within still. So you can use body awareness, hands, feet, or your chest, legs, whatever it may be. Number 3, and notice your thinking or notice thought without following it. You don't have to stop your thoughts, just begin to see them. Watch how your mind constantly narrates things. It's always coming up with something. And it may say things like, what did she mean by that when she said that? Or, I should have done it differently. Or what if I messed this up? It's always about future, past, or whatever. And we have to just bring ourselves back to the now. So instead of reacting to all of the mental commentary or getting pulled into it, we just notice it and observe it. This gentle awareness creates space, and you start to become the witness of the story and not the story. And that's presence. And that's coming into truth. Because when we can step out of the mind and into the soul of us, the being of us, that's ultimately coming in to truth. That's ultimately coming into the being dimension, which the world desperately needs and which we need to come back more to. This path is not about doing it perfectly. You're going to forget a lot, but try to remember to do it when you can. And it's really about remembering and returning again and again, because every time you remember, you're immediately brought to the present moment. So even one conscious breath is a miracle. Even one moment of awareness is sacred. You don't need to escape your life to be spiritual. You just need to incorporate this practice into your life now. And you don't need to meditate for hours either or learn special techniques. You just simply need to be here fully, gently, with love. And do what you wish. I practice meditation, but I know it's not absolutely necessary. So if you're just beginning, welcome. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're exactly where you need to be. Presence is always waiting for you because it's what you are. If this message spoke to you, if it spoke to your heart, subscribe for more videos to support your journey into presence, and let me know in the comments, what's the one thing that brings you back to the present moment? What have you found helpful on your journey? And I'll see you in the next video.